Right, guys, welcome back to Fog Football. It's a Scottish football recap show where we recap all the games in the
New for
Scottish Premiership.
2021.
Yep, new year, new recap show. Expect to see this bad boy every week. So if you're excited
Yeah.
about Scottish football and excited about our channel, then stay tuned. If you don't want to hear it, then tough, you're going to hear it anyway. So big matches this week. There were several derbies. There was the Old Firm derby, of course. There was also the New Firm derby, which approximately 0% of Scotland even knows exists, but it does, believe it or not. And there was a Livingston, Edinburgh, Hibs derby. It's kind of
No, fuck off with that
mid.
pish.
I don't know, man. It's close enough.
It's 30 miles.
It's like a Lothian derby, right, man? It's close
Well,
enough, right? Right, Hearts aren't in the league, so we've got to, Hearts are
no,
pish.
if you're going
So
to.
we've got to try and find another derby from somewhere. So we're going to call it Hibs versus
What
Livingston.
about
Is
the North Lanarkshire derby?
that's shite. Nobody cares about that.
Motherwell, fucking Hamilton.
Aye. Whoa. That was this week as well.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, 4 derby matches, guys, for you. Anyway, we'll kick off
With
with
the big boy.
the big boy Rangers
The
versus
reason
Celtic.
people are tuning in, now, let's be
Yeah,
real.
the only one in
If you're
Mars.
Rock Austin,
Yeah, I mean,
the rest's just fucking pish.
undercard the jobbers. So this match was happening at Ibrox. Rangers went into it with a 16-point lead, albeit they had played 3 games more. I think realistically, Celtic had to win this game to keep their title hopes alive.
Yeah.
Perhaps a draw, you could argue, would still give them a chance, but they didn't get either of that. They lost thanks to an Aribo deflected goal off the shoulder of Callum McGregor,
Which counted as an own goal.
and I have to be honest here, Rangers were pretty poor in this match.
Yeah, they were shit.
I didn't rate them at all. I think Celtic were easily the better team throughout the game, especially first half. They created a lot of chances. Lee Griffiths forced an absolute magnificent save from Al McGregor, one of the best saves I've seen in a very long time. The technique and the placement of the shot for Griffiths was amazing, but somehow McGregor kept out. Honestly, don't know how. And in the second half, Near Bitton gets sent off. Kind of controversial. Some people saying it's a blatant red. Some people saying it's fucking a yellow. I mean, I can see why the red was given. Um, if it wasn't a goal scoring opportunity, then I'm pretty sure Beaton wouldn't have felt the need to bring him down. So I mean, I think it could have been a red.
Well, I think football's pathetic, right? I mean, see, based off today, it's way a red. It's easily a red, but I wouldn't like seeing it. I don't know, it's questionable, man. Celtic fans will be saying it shouldn't be a red just based off the fact that Morelos doesn't score against Celtic.
Yeah, I know, but some Celtic fan was saying that Adger was already in the box by
He
the
wasn't
time.
at the D.
Yeah, he wasn't anywhere near the D.
I know.
He was behind Morelos when Morelos was brought down. For me, it's not a. I don't think you can say that Morelos is going guaranteed to score. To me, he will get into the box and he'll get a shot at a decent angle.
Against a pish goalie.
I would say the chances of Morelos scoring this are probably better than 50%.
But was that a Talk Scottish? No, it was Neil Lennon they were talking about on the thing. They actually said that, well, if it wasn't such a big deal, then why did he make the foul?
Yeah, obviously Near Bittenfoot. It was a fucking big goal scoring opportunity. It was a goal scoring opportunity. If I think by the law, the fucking the law of the land or whatever, it's it is a sending off.
Damn right.
But I mean, personally, he is last man as well. So you know what? That's what it is. It's sending off. He shouldn't have done it. And the way Celtic were playing, they could have got back into the game even if they did go goal down, but didn't happen.
Put it this way: if the roles were reversed and it was like goals, you'd be like, "What the fuck are they doing?"
Yeah. So then they went down to 10 men. Celtic never really had the same, effect in the game.
Yeah.
Lennon made some terrible substitutions, in my opinion.
Shane Duffy.
He brings on Shane Duffy, who, in my opinion, could have been sent off as well with a horrible challenge on.
Well, I think that's way. I'd probably say that's probably more of a red than what.
Yeah. And it just didn't make sense to me. I know they went down to 10 men, but you had Neil Lennon taking off Lee Griffiths and Christie in a match that Celtic realistically had to win to keep the title hopes alive. I would have kept Griffiths and Edward on the pitch together, but Neil Lennon, obviously, he's the Celtic manager, and I'm not. For how much longer, though? We don't know. He could be sacked by the time this video's made. And Rangers ended up winning, but even then, with the extra man, Rangers didn't really control the game.
But there was another incident with Morelos, but it was after the Shane Duffy tackle.
Yeah, I mean Brown's going down holding his head as if he's been
And he
shot, and
punched himself in the face.
yeah, there was. I mean, there was little if no contact with
And then
Morelos.
the Celtic fans are going, "Oh, why is Bobby Marin grabbing Morelos?"
Is that not a good thing that the referee's actually trying to stop shit from happening? But they're seeing it as, oh, the referee's
They're seeing it,
stopping
oh,
him
that
from
would have been
doing
a free
something.
red. He would have done something.
Yep. End of the day, Rangers underperformed and they got the win, just like sometimes Celtic have underperformed and got the win in the derbies. This time it was
I think
Rangers'
it's
turn.
very telling that it was like champions find a way to win. They were absolutely awful and they won.
Yep, so the gap now 19 points. Is there any way back? I'm going to go in ahead and say no. But it was a far from convincing performance for Rangers, and I do believe the last few performances haven't been that good. You got the cup match against St Mirren, last couple of league games against Hibs. I thought they were fortunate to get the win as well. So perhaps Rangers are slowing down now, and I mean, who knows? I think if Celtic had won this, you could have made a case that maybe the league title is well and truly alive. But I just cannot see Celtic clawing back 19 points.
Nope.
I mean, it's not even a simple fact of the matter you need Rangers to draw. You've got to, if Rangers draw a couple and lose a couple, you still need Celtic to win every remaining game.
I know.
And Celtic aren't playing well enough to be doing that. I mean, there's nothing to suggest that Celtic will win all their remaining games, and that's probably what it's going to take for them to. Like, don't get me wrong, I think if Celtic pick up maximum points from the end of the season, I think they would win the league. But I don't see them doing it. So, it is what it is. Anyway, moving on. We had Hibernian losing in a shocking home defeat to Livingston by 3 goals to 0 here. Hibernian really were not at the races at all. Then there is talk about Jack Ross getting the sack. I don't know if that might be a wee bit premature, but I mean, this was a terrible performance. And the third goal for Robinson is one of the worst defended goals I've ever seen. Long ball up, absolutely from nothing, basically from the edge of Livingston's own box. It's a long ball up for the defender through to Robinson, who is 2-on-1 against Portes and Hanlon, and somehow neither Portes or Hanlon are able to get the ball off Robinson. Robinson pretty much slips on his ass and somehow manages to still control the ball. It takes it round, it gets up. Ryan Portes has already took himself out the game, and then Robinson gets up from the ground, takes it past Hanlon, and then shoots it past and nutmegs Dean Barnes in the nets. It was I mean, I guess when you lose 3-0, it's never good, but this was one of those goals that just it kind of topped off a 3-0 defeat.
Yeah, I mean, when you stick money on Hibs to win and they're 2-0 down within 16 minutes, like, what's that all about?
It's soul destroying, but I guess that means you should never bet against you should never bet your rivals, and it's a lesson learned for me. But anyway, Livingston with a 3-0 win.
What's this talk about Jack Ross being sacked? Fourth in the league? Easily fourth?
Yeah, but you not been on the Hibs Facebook page and Twitter and shit.
No.
Well, you're banned for Twitter, like so. So are you. But no, I mean Hibs fan. But seeing you hang about it, like I that's kind of negative there straight away. I mean, is fourth not minimum where Hibs should be if we're being realistic?
Aye, but I know, yeah, yes, I agree, but they're like behind. Well, they have quite a game.
But no, I mean, no, I do think it's a bit harsh. Like, 'cause, I mean, they have put in. I'd be annoyed
They've
just.
lost the last two games. Say they've won them, they would be above Celtic.
Yeah, they have put in good. Should have beat Celtic. Put in a really good performance against Rangers. I think they should have beat Rangers the first time they played them, and then I think they should have at least got a draw last time they played them.
That's what you get when Ryan Porteous starts marking it like it was a win.
Yeah, they should have did what we did in our FIFA career mode and signed Ashley Williams. But anyway, up next it was the New Firm Derby, and this game was anything.
But good.
Yeah, 0-0. What can you say about it? 0-0.
I mean, I've been hyping up Shankland, and what's he done this season?
Well, he didn't score. He didn't score any goals here.
Hit the bar.
Derek McKinn's choosing to start Main up front instead of Cosgrove, and I don't really care how poor Cosgrove's form is. I don't think Curtis Main should be starting ahead of Cosgrove.
No.
I mean, Cosgrove is a man that
It's cost, like, he's worth millions. Curtis Main is a guy that's worth peanuts. And on that note,
and if you keep starting Main ahead of Cosgrove, his value's just gonna. I mean, it's gonna go down.
what's it going to take for one of these two or Hearts to finish above the top two?
At this stage,
Just
it
one of
looks
them.
like a fucking miracle. I mean, if you're ever going to beat Celtic, it probably would be this season. But Aberdeen and Hibs, there's just so many lackluster results, where you're thinking, "Fuck me, should have done better there." But anyway, it is what it is.
And there was 2 draws. Kelly drew one each with St Mirren. I mean, the goalkeeper at the end, man. What was that?
Yeah, I mean, he catches the ball and clearly backtracks over the goal line and then pretends like he never. And I don't get it. I mean,
I know
why?
they don't have goal line technology, but they have fucking eyes. So
Why not just punch this ball away, man?
throw it over the bar.
To me, this was retarded. I don't understand it. And in the last game, it
Ross
was
County drew one each with St Johnson.
nobody cares. Pretty shit game. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Sander Clark made
two clubs that'll probably stay in the league, but no one really.
Sander Clark made a couple of decent saves. But speaking of a guy that made no decent saves, up next, the last game, it was Motherwell 0, Hamilton 3.
Chapman.
And that must be one of the worst performances I've ever seen from a keeper. All 3 goals, easily his fault. And I mean,
to be fair, I thought there was a reason Hamilton scored 3 goals, and we found it out.
yeah, no, and I'm thinking Carson's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, but obviously Carson wasn't in nets. It was some guy called Chapman or Chaplin or fucking Charlie Chaplin. I don't know who it was, man, but he was pish, and it was his fault basically.
That's what affects these teams the most. Like Rangers and Celtic. I know Celtic's keepers at the minute are pretty pish, but they do have depth. Well, see when these sort of teams. I mean, Hamilton and Ross County, I mean, they don't really have anything above depth. Just a normal good team. But see Motherwell, and when they lose a player like I mean, they don't have anyone good to really.
Yeah, bring in, and that was evident here today. So, I mean, one of the worst goalkeeping displays I've ever seen, and I'd be surprised if this guy starts then in the next game.
I'm surprised if he's ever allowed back into fucking the training ground.
It was really, really bad. It's not often a team loses 3-0 and every goal is the blame of the goalkeeper. I mean, sometimes you can say, "Oh, well, maybe the goalkeeper could have done better there," but no,
They just should have got them.
I mean, this legit should have been 3 saves.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying comfortable saves, but I mean, he should have prevented the ball from going in the back of the net on all 3 occasions. I mean, I guess the last one was probably the one where you give him the least amount of blame, but still, then his positioning was pish and the ball didn't go that far past this. If he stretched his arm out, if he was in the right position, he would have been able to save this. I'm not asking him to catch it, but he could have surely palmed it away or something like that. But anyway, he didn't. And yeah, I mean, practically that's pretty much it. Stephen Robinson has resigned, but I don't think he should have resigned. I think it should have been the goalkeeper.
And that's the bottom line.
But you can see then that defeat does leave Motherwell down in 11th place, and they are in potential danger here of being relegated. And it's mental how they can finish third last season, get that Europa League spot, and be talked up as Stephen Robinson's getting talked up as one of the best young managers in the league, and then about 6 months later, it's down the shitter. It's all gone.
It's good night.
Anyway, at the top of the table, Aberdeen cemented their place with that point. They moved further ahead of Hibs in the battle for third place. But at the top, where things really matter, is Rangers now with a 19-point lead over Celtic. 20 wins, only 2 draws. And Celtic have got only 5 goals conceded. It doesn't even seem right to say that in 22 games, but that is the case. And it's going to be a long, long way back here for Celtic. Can they do it, guys? Let us know what you think down below. But I'm going to say it's a Rangers win from here on out. I think 10 in a row is well and truly deed.
And that's the bottom line.
And until next time, until next week, guys, let us know what you think down below. Did you see the goals? Did you see that Motherwell goalkeeper? Should he be shot? Yes or no? Let us know what you think down below. And until next time.
Peace.